Theo Ancient, thank you very much for giving us a little bit of time. You're coming to Harlow with a production of the Shy Manifesto, is that right?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, the Shy Manifesto, written by Michael Ross and directed by Kat Roby.
And tell us how you come to be involved in this.
So the Shy Manifesto was a project that came to me nearly 2 years ago now. Michael Ross is a close friend of mine, as is Kat Roby, and we've worked together in the past doing small theatre projects in fringe theatres in London. And Michael had written, he wanted to write a piece about being a shy person growing up in the world, and how society views shy people. And the script came along to me, and he said, I think you would be perfect to perform this. And I read the script, and I immediately fell in love with it. I fell in love with Callum as a character. I thought he had really important things to say. And I thought he was exploring something in drama that hasn't really been explored before. So I was immediately really excited. And Kat and I got together, and we put together a scratch performance as a part of our research and development into the piece. Couple of years ago now. I was training at RADA at the time, so we got some space at RADA. We also got some space at the King's Head Theatre in London. We had some performances where we invited industry people along, as well as friends and family. And that's where Joe Brown, our producer, and Anthony Hollis, our co-producer, came along, and they were just as excited about the project as we were, and wanted to help us find funding and the finances to take it on tour and take it around the UK. So I then got Harry Potter, so we had to put everything on hold for a year. But whilst during that time, Joe managed to secure a UK tour for us. He managed to get some funding and money involved to help us do the project. He got the whole team together. He got us a designer, a lighting designer, sound designer. He also got us an education officer. We thought it was really important that, because Callum is 17 and he's a young person, exploring his introverted nature, we thought it was really important that we reach out to young people in the communities that we are visiting. And because I have experience facilitating drama workshops, one thing that's really great about this project is that we're able to offer workshops to schools and groups of young people, exploring the themes of the play with me alongside the performances of the show. So
you meant, the thing we haven't mentioned so far is that you're actually from Harlow, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I grew up in Harlow. I went to St James Primary School, and then I went to St Mark's Secondary School.
And were you shy at school?
At primary school, I had some reports where early on in primary school, I would apparently often take myself away from groups of other children, and I would much prefer to spend time on my own reading a book or kind of being on the outside of things. I suppose for me, I always knew that as soon as I discovered acting, I always knew that I wanted to be an actor, and always really wanted to pursue that. I think I sometimes found it hard to have to be in big groups of friends. I growing up, I usually had kind of one or two close friends. But I think what I found was with drama is that you can't act on your own. You have to work with a team of people. And for me, I kind of, with each production that I went into as a young person, working on school plays and plays at Phoenix Theatre School and at the Playhouse in Harlow, there was a real sense of community in what we were doing. And I think I really enjoyed that part of it. So I suppose I found my place in the world with acting and drama, and now I've made that my career. But I suppose every now and then I do have a tendency to want to spend some time on my own, and I think I do enjoy some quality time with a book. So I think I found a balance.
Yeah.
As I've got along.
It's funny you should say that. As you mentioned St Mark's, I went to St Mark's, and I remember studying the poems of Wordsworth for O level, as it was then, in English. And when he had the words, he refers to the bliss of solitude. I thought. I dig that. I can empathise with that. Then again, I thought to myself, maybe I'm just somebody who's destined, as I am now, to work alone. But there's a difference between working alone and being comfortable in your own skin, and maybe being shy, isn't it? And that's it's trying to overcome that that. But you dropped in something there just in the middle as we talk about your career. Harry Potter. Tell us how you got the role there.
Yeah, so I was at RADA, training at RADA. I was in my graduating year, and the audition came through the drama school. So the casting director got in touch with the school, and I was invited along to audition. And I thought they're probably going to want someone famous, but I'll go along and do the best that I can. So I went along to the audition, and it's a very physical show. There's lots of movement in the show. So our first audition was a great big movement workshop, and then a bit of acting of scenes afterwards. And I came away thinking, well, if I haven't got anywhere with it, it's okay, because I'm still training at RADA. I've still got my course to finish. But I got a phone call asking me to come back. So I went back, and I thought, okay, well, I'll give this a go, do my best. And that was more working with the director and working on the scenes a bit more, focusing on a bit more of the acting. And then I got called back again, and I was thinking, oh, okay, well, this is getting exciting now. It seems like they're serious about me. And I think I had my fourth and last audition, and I thought, well, whatever happens, we'll see. And thankfully, the stars aligned for me. They were looking for someone who was just like me and about to graduate from drama school. So I was in the right place at the right time, and I was offered the part, which was fantastic. I was in the show for a year. It was the most wonderful way to start my career. And in a way, it felt like another year of training, because I was going into rehearsals, learning all of these new skills, learning magic techniques and movement skills, and working with really experienced actors and learning from them. And then on my first performance, walking out onto the Palace Theatre in front of thousands of people, which was just the most incredible experience to go through, and the most incredible learning journey as well. To hold a show for a year is quite a tough task.
What were the reviews like?
Well, Harry Potter they had all of the reviews from the original year. I came in their second year, and in the original, it felt like, they kind of swept the board with 5-star reviews when they first started, and so there was a kind of nervous anticipation for us as the new company joining, that we had to live up to these 5-star reviews and really give it our best. And we did have the stage come along and review us, and our feedback was that it was just as strong as the original year. So I think we did really well to follow in their footsteps, because they set the bar very high.
So you bring in the Shy Manifesto to Harlow in February.
Yes.
Why should people from Harlow come and see the Shy Manifesto finally?
Well, I would urge anyone to come along to see it who's interested in human nature, and anyone who has known someone who's maybe been a bit shy, or themselves has felt like they are a shy person. Or it's a play for everyone, because it explores our human nature. It explores what is shyness. Callum is a 17-year-old boy who's proud of being shy, and he addresses the audience with his manifesto of why we should be shy, and why that should be a good character trait in us all. And what's interesting is that as the play goes on, he explores what society thinks of us being shy, what other people think of shy people, and the effect of that on a shy person. The play goes into his story a bit more as he remembers some memories from a party he was invited to the night before. And at the end of the play, the audience is left to decide for themselves, what kind of journey is Callum going to go on in his future? Is he going to can he live a fulfilled life with his shy personality, or will he have to eventually come out of his shell? I think that's what's really interesting about this piece of theatre, is that we leave the audience to decide, and we are saying that there's so much hope for people like Callum, and that it is possible. And also, I would urge any young person who's interested in drama and theatre and making a career of it, who lives in Harlow, to come along and to see me and to talk to me, because I was in the same place as them. I was growing up in Harlow, going to schools in Harlow, and had these dreams and ambitions of being an actor and making a career out of it. And I've managed to achieve that. And I think there's something going on in the world that we live in where the arts maybe aren't as valued as much in schools anymore. And I think hopefully I can come and inspire some young people and say that it is possible, that you don't always have to follow the ways that society tell us to follow. You can often choose your own way and make that work as well.